champion. It was all good just a week ago. Ladies and gentlemen, former junior middleweight undisputed world champion Jermell Iron Man Charlo. Look like he's enemies with Errol the True Spence. I mean, they used to be cool. Friends turn to foe. I mean, they used to be cool like Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. They was more than friends. They were like brothers. They were like Zach and AC Slater. Jermell Charlo ain't cool with his twin brother, Jermell Charlo, that's supposed to make his debut very, very soon. He's not cool with Errol the True Spence. They had the same trainer. You know that Derrick James sued Errol Spence for not getting paid. We know that Jermell Charlo, leading to the fight with Canelo Alvarez, one of the most important fight of his career, right? He wasn't giving the undivided attention to Jermell Charlo and created chaos with Joan Guzman, the real trainer, the real mastermind, you know, coming through fruition in that camp, right? Derrick James wasn't doing his job, thus say Jermell Charlo. But what has happened with their relationship, with their friendship? You feel me? Now, we all know that Errol the True Spence and Tim Tszyu going to be fighting down under in Australia. I believe it's going to be July 25th or July 26th. That's a good comeback fight. We all know that Jermell Charlo been linked to Tim Tszyu. People try to shame Jermell Charlo after beating Brian Castano and becoming an undisputed world champion in the 154-pound division to a Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu ain't doing nothing like that. And now y'all see, because I remember a lot of people used to come to my channel saying, yo, Tim Tszyu, yo, he's getting dunked by Jermell Charlo. I even did a poll trying to expose these boxing fans. And I said, who's the best 154? These people was choosing Tim Tszyu after Jermell Charlo became undisputed. I'm like, damn, y'all hate Jermell Charlo for what reason? I mean, he's knocking dudes out, right? He got his world title respectfully, knocked dudes out. He's in a 154-pound division, which I've been calling since day one the most dangerous division in the sport of boxing, the most stacked division in the sport of boxing. Everybody can't get it at 154. Everybody has showed their vulnerability at 154, from Canelo to Jermell to Demetrius Andre, to everybody. Everybody has shown vulnerability. Even Terrence Bud Crawford, when he faced Mazurmov, showed vulnerability at 154. Virgil Ortiz has shown vulnerability at 154. Tim Tszyu, everybody who has stepped at 154, ain't no cakewalk at 154. Thus, I was giving massive credit, massive props to Jermell Charlo. Had him on my pound-for-pound list when these pundits and independent media never showed the respect that was due. Jermell Charlo picking Errol Spence to beat Tim Tszyu. Now, on his breakdown with Brian Custis, I agree one part, but I'm not going to agree in the other part, but that's prediction, right? I agree the way that he was breaking it down in terms of styles. And one thing about Jermell Charlo, he's not a dude that stay on code, or, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to pick Errol Spence because he's a black fighter and I rock with nah, he picks who he thinks is more skillful. Just like when he had that running with Deontay Wilder, when he had that interview. When Deontay Wilder had an interview with Flores, you know Flores from, I think he be working with PBC. Well, Deontay Wilder, what do you think about your fight with a potential rematch with Tyson Fury? We understand that you believe that he poisoned you, or your trainer poisoned you, and I want you to tell the world what you think you could do in the trilogy. You know what I'm saying, Flores? So in the comment section, Jermell Charlo said, man, it wasn't race that beat you. It was skills that paid the bills. Deontay Wilder got mad because he wanted Jermell Charlo to stay on code. So Jermell Charlo, he ain't staying on code for nobody. He speaks his mind. He beats his old drum, right? So he say that Errol Spence would lose to Tim Tszyu. See, now, the way that he broke it down makes sense, because I always stated that Errol Spence stays in line. He's very predictable, but he got a motor. He got a motor at his prime. I say he got one of the best motors, just like Chocolatito. Talking about motor, like he doesn't get tired. He stays leveled up. You know what I'm saying? You don't see him getting tired. He stays leveled up. He throws a lot of punches. He goes to the body and stuff like that. He's a very overwhelming fighter. But he's easy to get hit. He's easy to get time. He's not the fastest. No, he's not the strongest. But he's very, very durable. But we don't know how durable he is now that he's been out the ring since Terrence Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying, beat him from pillar to post. But you know what I've seen in the history between Jermell Charlo and Errol the True Spence? I've seen Jermell Charlo support Errol Spence more than physically and you know what I'm saying, And like he's out there, he's inventing interviews, he's always calling him his brother and stuff like that. I don't see the reciprocation of that, right? And maybe at this point, Jermell Charlo's like, oh, man, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Where were you when I lost a Canelo Alvarez or something like that? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is I don't see. I always see Jermell Charlo always showing mad love, even with his brother, always showing mad love, even when they had some rocky stages in their life. You know, I don't see the reciprocation from Errol Spence with Iron Man Jermell Charlo. Maybe it's because Jermell Charlo is coming back to 154 and he's the king at 154. You know what I'm saying? Nobody beat him for his belt. When he goes back to 154, whether people like it or not, whether people is a fan of him or not, he could tell all these fighters, look, y'all got this belt, but y'all ain't beat me for it. You know what I'm saying? So he has the right to feel like that. He has the right to be like, I'm still the king in my division and I'm back in my division. Errol Spence is jumping to his division. Is it that Errol Spence is taking food out the table by going at 154 and getting Tim Tszyu when probably Jermell Charlo could have had Tim Tszyu or whatever because he can't get an opponent like he said? I don't know. But that would be a great fight out there in Texas. Jermell Charlo versus Errol Spence, I think is being pushed, is being, could be marketed that way. It'll be a huge fight. It'll be, of course, a pay-per-view fight. Let me know what y'all think. I got Errol Spence beating Tim Tszyu. I was never really, and that's the part where I might disagree in terms of prediction. I got Errol Spence beating Tim Tszyu, but I could understand what Jermell Charlo is saying and how Tim Tszyu will beat Errol Spence. I think it's gonna be a bloodbath between both of these guys. One of these guys is gonna get hurt, in my opinion. But I think that Errol Spence is a little bit smarter than Tim Tszyu. Of course, Tim Tszyu is seasoned, but seasoned and winning and losing at the same time. Let me know what y'all think. Who wins? Errol Spence or Tim Tszyu? You rock with Jermell Charlo's statement? I like the break there. I do agree with everything the X and O's about. Again, I don't know. I don't have no confidence in Tim Tszyu. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel. Punch Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. Love you. God bless, and on to the next.